Welcome. This is the last of many welcomes to this school year. Our opening convocation gives us the opportunity, as the Webster Dictionary defines it, to gather, to muster, to assemble every member of the community in this place. We will hear some words of wisdom by the headmaster, sing together our school hymn, and set the tone of the year.
May this convocation be celebratory. May it help us to think more about what it means to be a community that serves the greater good. May this day be a reminder of the responsibilities we carry, and may we be true to them.
May we keep a sense of perspective and be understanding if we fall short of accomplishment from time to time.
May we be inspired, enthusiastic, ready to see new opportunities and perspectives and act on them for the sake of others. Let us be grateful for the gift of life which is ours. I now ask Reverend Hardy to give the invocation.
Before I do, I want to give you a little bit of instruction. I mistakenly printed the wrong hymn in your bulletin, so when we're asked to sing the school hymn, please don't bother to look at what the hymn is printed there. And there are some copies of our school hymn in large print in each of your pews to share, and the rest of you will do it by memory. So let us go to that place of strength and power in each of us, to each different and personal. For those of us returning to Millbrook, may we have a deeper sense that we've never been away. All of us, whether new or old, may we see the spiritual integrity in patterns of life, in rituals, in a world that is both in upheaval and at peace, and always changing. May we gain strength from this integrity. Let this give us the energy to look beyond ourselves and into our world with a commitment not just to reflect and be compassionate in our hearts, but to take action. May this tradition, in its simplicity and purpose, provide comfort in its sameness and inspiration in its newness each year. Let us give thanks for this, for the constants, the opening and listening points, the places where we can be still and sure and together. Let us give thanks for the courage we do have to take action, to take care of each other, to provide for each other, even in the face of real challenges and fears and joys and triumphs. Amen. And now, in this 86th year of Millbrook's history, I invite our headmaster in his 27th year of service to Millbrook School to give his opening remarks. Mr. Casertano.
Thank you, Chaplain Hardy. Esteemed colleagues and students, new and returning, it's truly my pleasure and my privilege to welcome you to the 2016-17 school year at Millbrook School. We take this time and we make this effort to come together, a community of learners, to celebrate the promise and the opportunity of a new school year. This is right and good to do at Millbrook, a school whose motto is not for oneself, but for all, and where so much of what we will learn will be through the experience of and the commitment to community. We begin together, and will stay that way until June 2nd. But what exactly is it that we celebrate? As new students heard at the first night's service, Chaplain Hardy calls it the edge of possibility. And what exactly are these possibilities? There is the possibility of a new start and a fresh beginning, and the promise that it offers each of us to do better, to improve, to grow. We can build on past successes and learn from previous failures to become smarter, stronger, kinder, and more open-minded. At Millbrook, we call this creating our best selves. We stand at the edge of this possibility. There's the possibility of creating a community that is healthy and empowering for all. We may be together in this elegant chapel on this beautiful campus with teachers who are talented and committed to Millbrook's mission. We may be here with capable and motivated students who really care about the school, but we are not yet a community. We have to earn that. We have to build community by creating our best selves in ways that serve the common good. As we engage in this simultaneous pursuit of the best self and the common good, Millbrook's mission is our guide and our inspiration. It tells us that a Millbrook community is based on the values of respect, integrity, stewardship, service, and curiosity. These are the foundation and the framework of the community we will build together this year. In 2016-17, we will focus on our commitment to educating ourselves to be stewards of the natural world. To live in ways that are more sustainable as individuals, as a community, and for our planet. This commitment has been part of a Millbrook education from day one. When Edward Pulling intentionally founded his school on a 200-acre farm in rural Dutchess County, with hills and streams and forests for his students to use as inspiration, education, and enjoyment, just as we do today. This commitment was part of a Millbrook education in the summer of 1936, when Mr. Pulling hired Frank Trevor, who immediately began to create the Millbrook Zoo so students could interact with and care for the living natural world. In the fall of 1955, Mr. Trevor began to inspire a young third former from New York City named Thomas Lovejoy, who since then has certainly created his best self in ways that serve the common good. From Millbrook, he went to Yale, where he earned his BS and PhD in biology. Dr. Lovejoy coined the phrase biodiversity, and for over 50 years has studied the impact on the planet of rainforest fragmentation in the Amazon. Recently, Dr. Lovejoy wrote for The Guardian, quote, "The time has come to halt the degradation of biodiversity which sustains humanity and the rest of life on Earth. We need to take on planetary scale efforts to safeguard the living global commons through massive campaigns to restore ecosystems and reduce the atmospheric load of CO2. The destinies of life on Earth and of humanity are inextricably intertwined." That's heavy stuff. You may be thinking, save the planet? I'm just thinking about how to keep up in pre-calc. Or, I'm hungry, wonder what's for dinner. Or, hope there's someone cute at my table tonight. But stay with me for just a few more minutes. There's some good news. You attend a school that is dedicated to sustainable practice and has pledged to be carbon neutral by 2020. We have a model recycling program and a zoo that serves endangered species and has been recognized as a national leader in conservation education. Since 2006, every new building and every renovation has been designed and constructed to the highest environmental standards. In March 2014, we flipped a switch on a 7-acre solar installation, the largest in New York State at the time, which produced all of the electricity in the first year of its operation, all of the electricity for our campus in the first year of its operation. Together, these and related measures have reduced our carbon footprint by approximately 1/3. The second third will be accomplished through annual campus renewals and replacements. The final third of what we need to accomplish to reach carbon neutrality is the most challenging. Change our behaviors. Simply put, we need to produce less carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases and less waste. To do this, we, all of us, must be aware of what we need versus what we want, what we actually use and what we waste. We need to ask ourselves if we really need the newest and the latest, if we will eat and drink all we take, if we've turned off the lights and other electronics when we leave our dorm rooms, classrooms, offices, and homes, if we've closed the windows to avoid heating the outside when it's cold, and if we can shorten our showers. Tonight, as we stand at the edge of possibility, as we prepare to create and sustain community, know that it requires that we reduce, reuse, and recycle, that just as we become smarter, more resilient, and more compassionate. As Dr. Jane Goodall remarked in her address to Millbrook students 15 years ago, we can do this. As a species, we have the gifts of intelligence, creativity, and compassion to adapt our behaviors to the greater good. I'm delighted to be on this journey with you. I have the highest hopes for our success as individuals and as a community in this simultaneous pursuit of the best self and the common good. Now please rise to sing for the beauty of the earth.
about the words. Before I send us forth with my benediction, we're a little early. We're a little before schedule. The dining hall will be ready for us in about 20 minutes. So please take your time getting over there and be patient. Please be seated. As a way of sending us forth, let us call upon the light and power within each of us that spurs us to be true to ourselves and true and in service to others both locally and globally. May that power and light inspire us to look beyond ourselves, to be open to new ways, to new truths, to the mystery of life in all of its facets, a power that helps us to persist in completing the tasks at hand to the best of our abilities, a power that helps us to take failure not as a measure of our worth, but as a chance for a new start. Let this be a source of strength and wisdom for each of us as we begin this year, a fresh start in a familiar place, an entirely new beginning, or the beginning of an end. Let us give thanks and praise and go forth in peace. Amen.